Hi there, my name is Babette Brown and I want to welcome you to our ballroom dance industry. I just want to give you a little overview about how training is going to be structured overall. If you're new to our ballroom industry, you will notice that there's a myriad of different dances. We dance with partners. Oh, hi Stella. Look who's visiting us. That's Stella. Also, you can't miss her if you're in the ballroom industry. She's usually with me at the events. So there she is on the video as well. I think she just wants to check what I'm doing because I'm talking. But nevertheless, welcome. The first thing that's most important, we need to take care of your dance development. Maybe you are coming from a different style of dancing. Maybe you've never danced before. Maybe you're already an expert in ballroom dancing in one style. But the ballroom dance industry is really somebody who has to be able to serve a lot of people, to deal with a lot of characters, to deal with a lot of different levels and ages. So it is partner dancing specific, which is a skill, and we're teaching mostly how to dance versus a dance, and that's something I will elaborate later on. But I want you to just think about it, the difference between how to learn to dance or learning how to dance and versus learning a dance. There's a big difference. Communications is going to be a big thing in dance development because we have to communicate with different characters, and we can't just demand for people to follow us and do what we say. That's not how that works here. It's many layers of communications for people to be able to join us from all walks of life. We're going to be familiar with different lesson formats. We have private lessons, group classes, practice lessons, and we got to be familiar why they are here. I know in other styles we're mostly in group classes, but here private lessons especially have a big value because of the communication that's going on between the partners, the strong lead and follow aspect, and the strong skill that's involved to be able to do that with a partner. And then also to know a little bit the difference between the background of the social dancing, what social dancing entails, what somebody's looking for if they're talking about social dancing versus competitive dancing, and how that works perfectly together with each other. The second thing we're also going to train is business development, because being in the industry, developing students, all of us will, Pro-Am is a big deal in our industry. It's really why we're here. They make it all possible for us. And so we have to learn how to teach and communicate our material, our passion, our lifestyle, our industry to the general public, how to develop students through the different levels, how to not overwhelm them with jumping levels, but also not to be boring or easy, just to know what is right, how to make them feel that they're progressing without asking them to do things that they're just not ready for. The different structures that you're going to be familiar with in different business settings, and best practices and etiquette, so we can all thrive and are creating a really beautiful environment, because that's what we're also responsible for as professionals, to create the environment. And that's what we put into the ballroom business with our input, with how we behave, with how we communicate, and what our best practices and integrity is. That's also something we're going to discuss and train. And then last but not least, it's a lot of personal development. And what I mean by that, through that whole process of teaching, developing your dancing, dealing with the industry, dealing with students, getting the experience, you also grow as a human being. There's a lot of growth to be done. There's a lot of things to be learned about ourselves. And it's also a little bit of a mentorship involved. Because for example, I'm a person who is through this personal development myself for many decades, and I've accompanied a lot of people on that journey. So I understand a lot about what you're going through and how that feels like, being in the moment and being in that situation. And I'd be happy to guide you. I'd be happy to give you my opinion, or, be like sometimes the sounding board, or bounce something off, because we also have to deal with ourselves in the process, with our emotions that are coming up, with how things feel for us, with our opinion, how this is for us, and how to put our opinion into the bigger spectrum. And then in the end of it, you know, that should grow you in becoming an expert in our industry, somebody where people love to take advice from and are able to listen to you. And that's really what I want for you. And I'd be happy to help you on that way. So welcome, and to get started, let's just get started some way and take every day new and make the best of it and work together. And I hope you have a wonderful journey in our ballroom industry. I hope that you experience all the good things we have to offer. And if we run into any kind of difficult areas, I'm here for you and we're gonna maneuver it together. All right, so I'm happy to be here and let's get started.